11 News starts with breaking news.
Expected to make a big announcement today, possibly moving some counties into the green phase. And we have learned that announcement will be at 4 o'clock this afternoon. We'll have it for you here live on TV and on the web. This is the final phase of reopening, but you would still have to social distance and abide by other CDC guidelines like wearing a mask. When the governor hinted at counties going green yesterday, he didn't say which ones, but they could be any of the first few counties that moved into the yellow 2 weeks ago. Now, the governor says they are making decisions based on models, one of which came from CMU. Meantime, all of southwest Pennsylvania is now in the yellow phase. Beaver County transitioned at midnight, and we just got our daily update of cases in Allegheny County. Let me go over this with you right now. The health department is reporting now 21 new cases of the coronavirus since noon yesterday, and sadly, 2 more people have died. And there have been 146 deaths from the virus in Allegheny County and 1,739 positive cases. Straight up 12 o'clock here, and rain is pushing through on Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar right now. We could see a few thunderstorms pop up a little bit later today. Severe Weather Team 11 meteorologist Stephanie Allison is tracking where those storms will strike.
Good afternoon, Jennifer. We have a gloomy start to the day, and we have those rain showers. Now, most of those are pressing off to our northern counties and further north, and we're slowly warming things up. We're getting into the lower 60s, but look out at the tower cams now. Just a gloomy Friday across the area. This will not set the stage for the weekend, so what you see outside right now, those wet roadways, those gloomy conditions, we're going to improve things into the holiday weekend, so that's great news. But first, let's talk about today. So no jacket needed getting outside. You might need that umbrella here. A few storms will possibly develop. Stray storms later on this afternoon, mainly after 2, 3 o'clock. I'll time that out for you and what you can expect for this Memorial Day weekend. That's coming up in the next 15 minutes. Back to you.
Right, and with a warmer weekend in store and all stay-at-home orders lifted for our local counties, more people might be on the road for the holiday weekend than in the past few. More than 1 million drivers are expected to take to the turnpike over the next 3 days. Keep in mind, though, that's about half the amount of volume there for a Memorial Day weekend. And with fewer people on the roads, troopers say they are seeing more speeders. Channel 11's Mike Holden has a warning from state police.
Slow down, ditch the distractions, and focus on the road. Travel officials want you to practice extreme caution as we enter this holiday weekend, despite the fact that there will be far less cars on the road. The Pennsylvania Turnpike is preparing for a rush as Memorial Day weekend begins, but it's not what you would normally think. The travel numbers are expected to be drastically lower than years past because of the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. The Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission says 1.1 million people will likely hit the roads. That is a 50% drop-off compared to last year. The ultimate concern this weekend is drivers taking advantage of the empty roadways, rushing and speeding through the once congested spots. State police have reported citing people driving at speeds of 100 miles per hour or higher. Channel 11 talked to travel officials from AAA. They want you to take extreme caution in every way, shape, and form.
A lot of people may be feeling kind of this pent-up energy from the quarantine, saying, oh, finally, we get to go take a trip. Don't let that get the best of you. Make sure that you're following all the rules and regulations at all times.
And Turnpike officials expect traffic to be the heaviest this afternoon as well as Monday evening. We're now working to talk with the CEO of the Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission. His message to drivers and advice to them if they plan on heading out during this time of uncertainty. That's all starting at 5 o'clock tonight. Reporting from the Pennsylvania Turnpike, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
A huge gift for the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. Bayer donated $100,000. And the food bank just wrapped up another drive-up food distribution at PPG Paints Arena, handing out food again to 1,000 families. Now, since the start of the outbreak, the food bank has held close to 24 drive-up events and given away more than 1 million pounds of food. Later today, 412 Food Rescue and the Pittsburgh Aviation Animal Rescue Team will help families and their pets. It's from 1 to 3 today at the parking lot of McKeesport High School. You don't even have to get out of your car. 412 Food Rescue will put a box of fresh produce and dairy in your trunk, while the Animal Rescue Team will give out bags of food. Dog food, I should say. New at noon here, Macy's has reopened stores in the Pittsburgh area. You can go shopping right now at the Galleria at Pittsburgh Mills, Monroeville, Ross Park Mall, and the mall at Robinson. The stores are open until 7 o'clock this evening, and if you're still not ready to go in and physically go shopping in a store, there are still options. You have that option for curbside delivery and in-store pickup as well. We are following layoffs at Allegheny Health Network and its affiliate Highmark Health. Nearly 400 people are being let go. They have corporate, administrative, or IT positions. AHN told us that they've had significant challenges because of the pandemic, and patient volumes are way down. Almost 2 million people in Pennsylvania have filed for unemployment. Since the shutdown order in mid-March, 1.9 million workers have filed for benefits. It means the state's unemployment rate was over 15% in April, the highest ever. Weekly claims continue to go down, but the number is still much higher than normal. A regional economist at Pitt told the Trib that nearly 200,000 workers are unemployed in the Pittsburgh region, and in our area that is close to 16% of the workforce, and more than half of the region's jobless workers are in Allegheny County. Senators are leaving a $3 trillion coronavirus rescue bill on the table as they break for Memorial Day. NBC's Tracy Potts has more on that, plus concerns about the coronavirus spreading during the holiday weekend.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to SGN. I'm John Krasinski. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to SGN.
Sorry about that. I believe that was a different package. We'll try to get the story from Congress here back to you very soon. So we told you about the struggle to get students in the Pittsburgh Public School District a laptop, every single one of them. And we have learned who is getting some of them next and who's helping. According to the Trib, the Housing Authority of Pittsburgh is donating $275,000 to the district. That money will be used to buy laptops for students who are living in public housing. And they'll also set them up with the internet. This will help nearly 900 students. Westmoreland County says it desperately needs poll workers for the June 2nd primary. The Trib is reporting that the election board is short by at least 100 people. Election officials say it's not unusual to ask for volunteers, but this year they are asking for a lot more. With less than 2 weeks until the primary, 1.6 million applications have been turned in for mail-in ballots. And according to the PA Secretary of State, that number is beyond what their office was expecting. This is the first year anyone can take advantage of the program for any reason. The primary election was rescheduled to June 2nd because of the pandemic. New at noon, a study shows the coronavirus patients who got hydroxychloroquine had a significantly higher risk of death. This is the same drug that President Donald Trump says he is taking right now, and the president has touted as a game changer. Channel 11's Serena Marshall is looking over the results of this study.
Good afternoon to you. It is a study of 96,000 COVID-positive patients who were treated with hydroxychloroquine across 6 different continents. Published this morning by The Lancet, and it wasn't that it just didn't show a benefit. Instead, the research showed that this drug causes harm. Patients treated with hydroxychloroquine and an antibiotic, that's the cocktail the president had endorsed earlier this year, had a significantly higher risk of death than those who did not, a 45% increase. And they were more likely to develop irregular heart rhythms at a rate of more than 400% than those who didn't receive the drug. The researchers examined medical records from COVID-positive patients and did not use a randomized controlled study where patients are divided between 2 groups. But medical professionals say the volume and sheer size of this study is convincing. Remember, it was just last month, too, that the FDA issued a warning against this drug, cautioning against taking it outside of a hospital or clinical setting. Reporting outside Washington, I'm Serena Marshall, Channel 11 News.
A passenger plane crashed in Pakistan this morning near a really crowded neighborhood. 98 people were on the flight, and we're told just at least 3 of them survived. Witnesses tell the Associated Press this plane tried to land 2 or 3 times before it eventually crashed. It crashed in a very congested residential, very poor neighborhood outside of the airport. Pittsburgh police are investigating a shooting in Knoxville. A ShotSpotter alert sent police to Moore Avenue just after 1 this morning, and at the very same time, 911 got a call. So the victim apparently ran into his home after being shot outside. He is in stable condition, according to police. We're checking with them about any arrests. More than 25 people were left homeless after a fast-moving fire destroyed an apartment complex. From Chopper 11, you can see literally into these apartments because the roof is just gone from the whole middle section. These are the Cedar Crest apartments on Puckety Church Road in Lower Borough. Officials say the fire likely started in the attic. Now, thankfully, though, no one was hurt, but nearly every unit in the building was damaged or destroyed. The Red Cross is helping the victims with food, clothing, and shelter. Nearly 24 dogs were found living in a home in Mercer County. The Humane Society says that was just too many for the owner to handle. Now, 20 dogs were taken from this house from Sandy Lake yesterday. They are in fairly good health, so that's good to know. We're trying to find out if any of them will be put up for adoption. Plans to redevelop this old Civic Arena site have taken a big step forward. The Urban Redevelopment Authority approved the proposal yesterday. It includes a 26-story office tower, retail space, and affordable housing. And the Penguins are back on board. They pulled out of the project last week because the URA delayed an earlier vote.
Penguins had agreed to the different stipulations but hadn't put it in writing. So the URA was delaying to give the Penguins the time to be able to put the documents in writing and present it back to the community.
The groundbreaking is planned by the end of the year. The URA says the majority of the jobs will benefit the Lower Hill District.
You can't stay closed.
Her gym is breaking the rules, and it's not the only one. Why these gyms say they didn't have a choice. Plus, the reason you are being warned to stay out of Pittsburgh's Three Rivers this Memorial Day weekend. And Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar is tracking some showers and storms. Meteorologist Stephanie Allison is going to let us know where the strongest storms could strike.
Doesn't love an all-new Jeopardy.
This alliterative Saturday Night Live character is a term for a habitually negative person. Sean.
Who's a negative Nancy?
All-new Jeopardy.
Jeopardy, tonight at 7, followed by Wheel of Fortune. The home for the drawings for the Pennsylvania Lottery is Channel 11. You can only see the lottery drawings on Channel 11 right before Jeopardy and at 11:11 on Channel 11 News. The Pennsylvania Lottery is on Channel 11. Channel 11 News 11 at 11. 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
Some disappointing news as a lot of local counties are looking to move from yellow to green. A day after Erie County saw its biggest spike in cases, they had an even worse day. They had 21 new cases yesterday, and that is another record for the county. It moved into the yellow phase 2 weeks ago now.
Right now, right here, I am begging you to help us, each and every one of you.
Please help us stop the spread of COVID-19.
Erie County officials plan to set up some more contact tracing, and they're afraid they might have to return to the red phase. Since March, 39 million people are out of work around the country, and all of those jobless claims are creating opportunities for fraud. A cybersecurity expert told us that hackers are taking your information and using it to file for unemployment. We talked to a woman who said she has a job, and she actually got a letter in the mail saying she applied for benefits.
The next day, I called my boss, and I said, hey, I got this letter for unemployment. And I was telling her about it. She goes, I think somebody's trying to file unemployment in your name.
Most of the fraud units for state unemployment agencies are working day and night right now. Memorial Day weekend is here. Temperatures are warming up, and Pittsburgh's three rivers are sure to be busy. But it has been a very dangerous and very frankly sad week here. In the last few days, we have had 2 deaths on the Ohio River. A 10-year-old boy in Beaver County and a 23-year-old Alderdice grad whose body still has not been found. And with so many pools that are closed because of the coronavirus, there's probably going to be more of a focus on the rivers this weekend. Channel 11's Renee Wallace talked to Pittsburgh River Rescue.
Sunshine and warmer temperatures were a big draw for folks on the North Shore. City and county pools are closed until further notice, and even area parks are putting a ban on swimming. No doubt our rivers will be an enticing alternative to cool off.
But yeah, it's definitely a good option.
But we wanted to know just how safe are our rivers for swimmers.
People can get swept away very easily.
The operations chief for Pittsburgh's River Rescue said because our river currents are constantly changing, waders and swimmers can get swept away very fast.
There are many favorite spots for especially the children, kids, to be swimming in. With those spots, though, they may think that they know the river there, but the river changes with every storm.
The tragic death this week of a 10-year-old boy who slipped off a sandbar in the Ohio River in Ambridge is still on everyone's mind, and the search is still on for a 23-year-old Hazelwood man who went missing in the Ohio River near Neville Island last weekend. Chief Lynn was part of those tragic searches and knows firsthand the river can look inviting. He told us besides the unpredictable currents that can challenge an expert swimmer, there's what lurks beneath the surface.
You have various debris items in there that people unfortunately throw their trash in there, bottles, different things that have gone in the rivers over the hundreds of years.
I'm Renee Wallace for Channel 11 News.
River Rescue says it's really not safe for anyone to swim in the river, but if you do, you should wear help them decide if they should open up their summer camp. So here's the few things they should consider. Are health and safety actions in place? Is ongoing monitoring possible? And if that's all in place there, it is safe to open with caution.
We wanted to provide, in the right words, or guides and guidance so that these camp directors can make good decisions and then pass on relevant information.
Local Boy Scout programs have been cut because of the pandemic. The boards of directors suspended Cub Scout camp programs, Scout BSA programs, and Cub Scout day camp programs this year. It's because of the restrictions and the uncertainty of the virus. If you already signed up your child, you will get a refund, and we'll let you know if we find out anything more. A board game is teaching kids about the immune system and infectious diseases. It's called You Make Me Sick. Duquesne University's Partnership in Education program designed it. It's meant for 2 to 4 players and is recommended for kids age 11 to 15. There's information about things like bacteria and viruses, including COVID-19, and it highlights the importance of healthy habits. It's free to download.
Good afternoon, I'm meteorologist Stephanie Allison. So some showers around right now. We do have a chance to hear a stray storm in the forecast as we head into the afternoon hour, so rumble thunder is possible. Then we're going to start to warm things up this weekend. We'll dry things out a bit, but we do have a chance for some rain and thunder in the weekend for Memorial Day weekend. So I'm going to time that out for you here coming up. Right now, let's talk about today. So it's gloomy for your Friday. Showers around right now and into your early afternoon hours. Once we really hit 2:30, 3 o'clock, that's when we could hear a stray storm in the forecast. You could hear rumble thunder. That is possible for us this afternoon. So right now, as you can see, we have these wet roadways and these gloomy conditions. The rain showers are pressing to the north right now. So the thunderstorm outlook, that is possible for this afternoon. And as I mentioned here, mainly after 2, 3 o'clock. So I'm going to show you those rain showers that we have right now pressing north early afternoon. So if you want to get out for that jog or for that run, you could dodge those showers here early this afternoon. As we head into about 2:30, 3 o'clock o'clock, watch what happens. A few little pockets pop up that could turn into a thunderstorm here. So that's what we're looking at for 3, 4, 5 o'clock, and even through 6 o'clock. Look at this. A little pocket of yellow pops up through Washington County and Allegheny County and then tracks off to the north and to the east. That could become a thunderstorm as well. So we're going to keep an eye on that and watch that for you. Then overnight drying things out. We get to the upper 60s holding strong today and lower 70s for your highs. And we do, as I mentioned, have that chance of a stray thunderstorm this afternoon and early this evening. We do have, because we're going to have some wet ground out there overnight and temperatures will be close to the dew point, we will have that chance to see some fog develop for us tomorrow morning. The humidity will be on the rise through the weekend, so it's going to start to feel like summer. This weekend is the unofficial start to summer, and it's really going to start to feel like that come Sunday and Monday. So clouds around tomorrow, more clouds than sun. But we are going to have a nice day. And a stray shower really cannot be ruled out tomorrow, early in the morning and then again in the afternoon, but the chance is very low. Taking a look as we head into Sunday, we're going to warm things up near 80 degrees. We really turn on the humid side there Sunday and into Monday. So Memorial Day, looking at 82 degrees. And we're going to start to heat those numbers up quite a bit as we head into Tuesday, 86 there. So just that chance of some showers and thunderstorms. Mainly the threat for the weekend will be Sunday afternoon and evening. Only an isolated threat on Memorial Day on Monday, and a few scattered showers and thunderstorms around on Tuesday. And as we look further into the week, we're going to really warm things up. Potential to get to near 90 here as we head to later into the week next week. We'll keep an eye on that for you. More coming up on what you could expect for this weekend, hour by hour, in the next half hour. Back to you.
All right, Stephanie, thanks very much. A big day for a Pittsburgh man, the special celebration 100 years in the making. And protecting yourself from the coronavirus while twisting and turning on a roller coaster. How did face masks hold up? And how could this decide the fate of amusement parks this summer?
Coronavirus can't keep this local teacher from her students. Reading, teaching, and making crafts online. She's finding ways to connect while staying apart.
It's really touching to see someone else care about your child.
Coming together in a time of crisis makes us proud to be from Pittsburgh.
Proud to be from Pittsburgh. Brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Great cars, great people. For a great deal on a Honda, visit shophonda.com. Pennsylvania Lottery is on Channel 11. Look for drawings at 7 and 11:11 p.m.
Welcome back. If you're ready to take a trip, some flights are coming back to one of our airports. Spirit Airlines is resuming the flights to Fort Lauderdale and Myrtle Beach out of Arnold Palmer Regional Airport. They stopped running the flights back in April because of the pandemic. Spirit will be back to a full schedule out of Latrobe starting in June 25th to be exact, and they already restarted their flights to Orlando. A lot needs to happen before amusement parks can reopen. SeaWorld is testing face masks to see how they hold up on roller coasters. You might be curious about this. They did some test runs on Tuesday at the park in Orlando, and not a single mask fell off. Now, we haven't heard if Kennywood is testing them out. The park hasn't announced an opening date yet, but it is starting to make plans for the future, like extending season passes through next year. Pittsburgh's Vintage Grand Prix has been canceled for this year. Race week was scheduled for July 17th through the 26th. It's one of the biggest vintage racing events in the country. Organizers are planning a full return in July of next year. A famous name from Pittsburgh is interested in the O. Mark Cuban is trying to save the original hot dog shop. He told our partners at the Trib he has inquired about buying it. Cuban said he can't say if it'll happen or not, but he says it's not dead yet either. The O shut down for good last month.
Everybody that comes in is so grateful and thankful.
But state leaders probably don't feel the same way. The tough choice local gym owners say they are forced to make. Plus, the local counties calling on the nation's highest court to decide if the governor can legally force businesses to close.
When news is happening near you, Channel 11 is there.
Aliquippa, Coriopolis, Moon. We cover news everywhere you live.
That's what makes Channel 11 News different.
We're in McCandless, Cranberry, Butler. For news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News at 5. Channel 11 News, 11 and 11 means you get 11 minutes of news and weather
before the first commercial.
It means live coverage of breaking news, local news, and your first look at weather.
All before the first commercial.
Channel 11 News, 11 and 11.
Watch tonight.
Watch David Johnson and Peggy Finnegan on Channel 11 News at 5.
Welcome back. The State Health Department just updated its coronavirus report. Want to share this information with you. There are now 866 new cases statewide since yesterday, and tragically, 115 more people have died. The health department is reporting 21 new cases here in Allegheny County. There are 11 new cases in Beaver County, and we have all the local county cases scrolling right there at the bottom of your screen. Rain is pushing through on Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar right now. We could even see a few thunderstorms pop up later today. Severe Weather Team 11 meteorologist Stephanie Allison is following those storms for us to the start of the holiday weekend.
Good afternoon, Jennifer. Good afternoon, Pittsburgh. So cloudy skies, gloomy and damp outside right now. It feels cool. So we're going to start to warm things up into the 60s right now. We only get to the lower 70s, coming in a little bit below average for some here today. So the cloudy skies hang around. We'll start to maybe see a little break in the cloud cover this afternoon, but we're still going to keep the showers in play at times, especially right now and early this afternoon for our far northern counties. Most of that rain is now lifting north and off to the west. So it's kind of curving as this low is finally spinning north. So we're going to see dew points right now in the 50s and lower 60s, and those numbers are going to really ramp up there into the weekend. So dry hours, not many today here so far. We will have some dry times, but a chance to hear some thunder. Better dry conditions over the weekend. Don't miss my Memorial Day forecast here in the next 15 minutes. Back to you.
All right, let's get back to that story that we were telling you about last half hour. Senators are leaving a $3 trillion coronavirus rescue bill on the table as they break for the Memorial holiday. Here's NBC's Tracy Potts.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's $3 trillion rescue bill with direct payments to Americans going nowhere as the Senate leaves for holiday break.
She could take her bill, eliminate every other word, cut the price by 75%, and it still wouldn't pass the Senate.
Republicans accused of wasting time.
Not one vote on legislation having to do with the COVID-19 in the entire month of May.
Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says they'll eventually vote.
Let me tell you what it won't be. It won't be a $3 trillion left-wing wish list.
There's such broad support. You may not know it yet, but they will come to the table.
Lawmakers at odds as America reopens with fears that Memorial Day weekend could bring more crowded beaches. The CDC now says there's no evidence COVID-19 spreads through pools, hot tubs, play areas, and that it does not spread easily on surfaces. President Trump under the microscope again for only briefly wearing a mask at a Michigan Ford plant.
It was disappointing. It wasn't surprising, but it was disappointing.
I didn't want to give the press the pleasure of seeing it.
The president says he will not shut down the country if there's a second wave of illness this summer. Tracy Potts, NBC News.
You can't stay closed months and months and think you're ever going to come back.
That local gym owner is now open for business, even though she's not supposed to be. It's another example of local businesses that are taking matters into their own hands, no matter the consequences. Channel 11's Kara Sapida heard from a gym owner who claims that they are not being reckless about this.
We have painted every square inch. We have cleaned everything. We have moved every single piece of equipment 6 foot apart or more. We've spaced our cardio equipment 6 foot apart. We have bought cases and cases of disinfectant that's exactly for COVID-19 on top of all the other terms, and have that throughout our facility.
Linda Webb has owned Webb's World of Fitness in Penn Hills for nearly 32 years. She made the decision to reopen despite stern warnings from the governor and the state health department. She tells Channel 11 it was necessary to open now or risk closing for good.
I don't ever want to go and do anything wrong, but on the other hand, we own our business and we want it to continue. We do not want to close our doors permanently. And as a small business owner, we're all in this same boat. We just can't keep it going for months and months and think we're still going to be here. We won't.
In Pleasant Hills, Life Force Fitness also opened its doors. The owner didn't want to do an on-camera interview, but said he is open because you have to exercise to be healthy. He says police officers are among his first clients back. We reached out to local leaders and the state health department for a response to the early reopenings. Locally, we were told a complaint would have to be filed with the Allegheny County Health Department or with local police. The state told us gyms are businesses that are not licensed in Pennsylvania. In the event of a gym not complying with the secretary and governor's orders, a letter will be sent regarding noncompliance. If it is discovered that there are significant public health concerns, the departments of health can impose a fine on the business. Local leaders tell Channel 11 they aren't aware of any complaints. Owner Linda Webb says her customers have been appreciative.
Everybody that comes in is so grateful and thankful that we open, not only for the physical, but for their mental state.
Kara Sapida, Channel 11 News.
Several local counties are moving forward with their federal lawsuit against Governor Tom Wolf. Butler, Washington, Fayette, and Greene believe that the order to close non-essential businesses violated their constitutional rights. And while counties are starting to reopen, the lawsuit will continue.
Importance of this case goes on. So, for example, even in a red zone, a yellow zone, there are still limitations on people's constitutional rights. Their constitutional rights don't go away.
Lawyers said that the governor could decide to the governor could decide to move counties back into the red phase at any time, so they're asking for a speedy ruling. There is a hearing next week. Eaton Park is getting ready to reopen its restaurants. Now, some of them in our area have been open for takeout, but starting Tuesday, all Eaton Park restaurants in Pennsylvania will be open for takeout. Those in Ohio and West Virginia will reopen for dine-in because it's allowed there. They're also giving you some more time to get food from 7 a.m. until 11 p.m. The blood supply in our region is dangerously low, and the pandemic isn't helping, so Vitalant is asking for your help. 200 blood drives were canceled because of the coronavirus. That means that they lost out on 9,000 units of blood, and now that a lot of hospitals are resuming elective surgeries, they worry they won't have enough.
We supply blood to all of the Allegheny Health Network and UPMC hospitals. If those hospitals don't have enough blood, they won't be able to care for their patients.
So if you can help, they would love to hear from you. They say you do have to make an appointment by calling or visiting their website at vitalant.org. There are new guidelines for schools to consider when resuming high school sports. The National Federation of State High School Associations would like to see students and coaches screened before each workout. Also, athletes would not be able to share equipment. It thinks that high-risk sports like football could begin practicing July 1st. Now, these are just some guidelines that this association has created. The state will ultimately decide when high school sports can resume. Point, click, and drive. How the pandemic could change the way we buy cars for years to come. Plus, something that you might have in your car that could be more of a fire hazard than maybe you thought.
News is happening in your neighborhood. Channel 11 News is there.
We're in McCandless, Cranberry, and Butler. We cover news everywhere you live, not just downtown. We're in Aliquippa, Coriopolis, and Moon.
Bringing you stories that impact your town. That's what makes Channel 11 News different.
More local news from more neighborhoods. That's a fact. We're in Bethel Park, South Park, and Mount Lebanon. When you want news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News at 5.
Watch David Johnson and Lisa Sylvester on Channel 11 News 11 at 11.
The melted mess that you see there on your screen is what is left of a car door that caught fire because of hand sanitizer. Yeah, hand sanitizer. We're all carrying it around these days, right? So the department that posted this picture says that the clear bottle was left in a hot car. The bottle magnified in the sunlight, and then it caught fire. Now, the post from the department in Wisconsin also reminded people that most hand sanitizers are alcohol-based, so that makes them flammable. Maybe you've ordered groceries or maybe your lunch online. Would you buy a car online? Companies like Carvana and Shift.com say they have seen an increase in sales in the past 6 weeks. In fact, Shift says the game changed when it started offering no-contact test drives and sending people home with the keys and the car and the paperwork in about an hour. The co-founder thinks this way of car selling and buying is here to stay.
When you look back in 10 years, I think everybody's going to say, wow, I can't believe that I wouldn't just go online, push a button, and get the car.
So how about this stat from the National Association of Automotive Dealers? By the end of the year, 80 to 90% of traditional car dealers will be doing business online.
Nobody wiser than somebody who's been on this earth 100 years.
Mayor Bill Pizzuto celebrating a man's milestone birthday. What else that man accomplished that drew so many people to his house?
This is Channel 11 News 11 at 11. Accurate details, experienced coverage, trusted weather source.
I'm tracking a strong storm moving into Greensburg.
All in the first 11 minutes of our newscast. Count on Channel 11 News 11 at 11 tonight.
Channel 11 News and NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
We're a team you can count on to cover stories that impact your life.
Whether it's across the street or around the world.
Channel 11 News at 6.
And NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
When you want news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News at 5.
Yesterday, I went to bed today, and there was nothing. Today, I get up a day later, what is going on?
Oh, look at the surprise there. A World War II veteran honored by the city of Pittsburgh on his 100th birthday. Albert Bernellis has lived in the same house on the south side for 82 years. Neighbors, first responders, veterans, city leaders, even the mayor stopped by to wish him a happy birthday yesterday and present him with a special gift.
Sydney Street was closed to traffic this afternoon for a very special reason. Longtime resident and Marine and World War II veteran Albert Bernellis turned 100 years old, even though he tried to tell them a different story.
I don't think I'm
100. I turn around and tell everybody up to 37.
Albert's family had planned to celebrate the big milestone with loved ones this weekend, but when the pandemic hit, Albert's daughter Joyce changed plans. She pushed the party back to August, called her councilwoman Teresa Cale Smith, and organized a parade, which included a proclamation in honor of Albert's birthday.
Be it further resolved that this council of the city of Pittsburgh and the office of Mayor William Peduto does hereby declare Thursday, May 21, 2020 to be Centennial Albert G. Brunellis Day here in the city of Pittsburgh. Congratulations.
And a special appearance by the mayor of Pittsburgh, Bill Peduto.
I thank you for the sacrifices you made for your country, the sacrifices and the work that you did in keeping the South Side going.
In addition to fighting in World War II, Albert was also a South Side business owner for 44 years. His wife passed away several years ago. Together, they raised 6 children. Now he has 11 grandchildren and 7 great-grandchildren. And while reflecting on his life so far, Albert told us he has no regrets.
Yeah, I had a good life as far as I'm concerned.
Seems like you have a pretty good family.
I have a wonderful family, and the best wife that ever lived.
Oh, that was David Johnson reporting, and we certainly wish him a happy 100th birthday as well.
Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Stephanie Allison. So we've had a gloomy day, and it feels cool, damp outside. We're going to start to see those temperatures rise through the 60s, and some of us will get to the lower 70s, but a lot of us will hang out in the upper 60s today. So this weekend will finally start to feel like summer. It's the unofficial start to summer, and it's going to start to feel like that. Dew points are going to go up. Now, we do have a chance to see a few storms in the forecast over the weekend, but today we have a few showers around this afternoon and a chance to hear a clap of thunder. Cannot be ruled out. A better chance again will be on Sunday afternoon and evening. Only a very slim chance of a stray shower really in the forecast for your Saturday, and also for Memorial Day, an isolated shower and thunderstorm. So let's talk about this afternoon. We have the rain lifting off to the north into the west right now. But as we head past 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, you can see those pockets pop back in here. And that's where we're going to have some rain showers, even a clap of thunder at that point, 4:30, 5 o'clock, even through 6, as you can see, one little storm there, possibly popping up through Washington and Allegheny County. So the threat, the severe threat, is very low, not really concern for us today. So a few scattered showers, an isolated storm, that is possible. We're going to start to warm things up into the weekend. But first, we're going to talk about tonight and how we're going to get close to dew points, and that's going to give us a chance to see some fog develop for us overnight. So these numbers, as you can see, as we head into the afternoon, upper 60s, some of us top out at 71, especially the areas further off to the south of Pittsburgh. We're going to see those marks get a little bit higher because we may see some sun break through the clouds there for some warmer marks there this afternoon. And then as we head into the evening, really the rain chances start to diminish after right around sunset. So then overnight we'll have those partly cloudy skies. Temperatures will be near dew points in the 50s to start your Saturday morning. Humidity will start to ramp up this weekend, but the main concern is the fact that we could have some fog develop for us tomorrow morning. So that's what we're going to deal with tomorrow as you maybe head out for an early morning jog or a run. Some fog around in some spots, an isolated shower. Other than that, clouds mixed with sunshine. So I want to get into what you're going to expect for your weekend for Sunday. Look at this. Marks go up 83 Sunday. A few showers and thunderstorms are likely in the afternoon hours on Sunday. So that is the best chance of storms this weekend. Rainfall over the weekend into Monday, about a ½ inch to possibly some pockets that see some rain set up and that really don't move. Could see up to an inch, but most of us coming in between a ½ inch to 3/4 inch. Memorial Day Monday, 85, muggy. We're talking warm temperatures even into Tuesday. Also a better chance to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms with us on Tuesday as well, with a high near 86 degrees. Back to you.
Today is 143 Day. It is a statewide celebration dedicated to Mr. Rogers and his message of love and kindness. So 143 was one of the things that Mr. Rogers used to use. It was a special code for I love you. So 1 letter, 4 letters, 3 letters, and today's the 143rd day of the year. So today, you are encouraged to share acts of kindness with your neighbors, with your family, with friends, maybe even a stranger today, and then post what you did using hashtag 143day in PA. And there's a really sweet little video that the State Department of Tourism put together. I just tweeted it out. You might want to check that out, too. Coming up next, we meet a couple of dogs that have a day job of delivering beer and a lot of smiles, too. But first, here's Lisa Robertson with today's Steals and Deals.
Hi, I'm Lisa Robertson, here with local Steals and Deals to show you one of the coolest ideas that we've had for you so far. How many times do you realize, oh my gosh, I'm going to go to the gym, I better take my wedding ring off. I'm going to go to work if you're a doctor or a nurse or you're in the military or you work in law enforcement or you're a chef, whatever it happens to be. There's so many people who don't wear their wedding bands to work because what they do is not conducive to a traditional hard metal band, right? This is the Kalo. So Kalo is a new concept, and it's one of the coolest things going. It's a silicone ring, and they have them for men, they have them for women, they have stack rings, they have wedding bands, different colors, different sizes, customizable. But now you have something that's comfortable. It's never going to be a problem. You're never going to have to worry about it. And when you go to the gym and work out, you don't have to leave your band in the locker. Now you can have your Kalo on. You're good to go. If you're cleaning around the house, you don't have to take your wedding band off. You put on your Kalo, you're good to go. I love, by the way, kind of an interesting one. I like this one. It kind of has a really cool iron texture, and I would wear that one even though I think it's more for the guys, but I think it's super cool. These are one of the hottest things going in the world of celebrities as well. You might have noticed LeBron James wearing one, a lot of celebrity chefs wearing them. These are people who do jobs. It's their job to play basketball and to make great things in the kitchen and create masterpieces where they can't wear a regular wedding band. They're wearing the Kalo. So I love the fact that we have a lot of options. We even have customizable options, by the way. You can get one for you and a matching one for your husband. If you know anyone having a baby, get them one. They're going to love it when they have the baby because they can't wear a regular wedding ring. So many people are going to love the Kalo. So they're all on localsteals.com, 30% off, lots of great options. And it's just one of the great offers that we have for you. Definitely check it out.
Say Channel 11 News, 11 at 11 all the time.
But this is what it means.
It means you get 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
It means we deliver breaking news, local news happening now, and details about what's happened since 6.
All before the first commercial.
11 at 11 means I'll track storms and bring you your first look at weather before the first commercial.
Channel 11 News, 11 at 11.
11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
Watch tonight.
Pittsburgh's Chief Meteorologist Stephen Cropper, tracking the weather in your neighborhood.
Want to get to some breaking news before we go here this half hour. Breaking right now, actress Lori Loughlin and her husband have pleaded guilty to conspiracy charges in the college admissions scandal. We told you this was likely going to happen, and it just did. So the judge now has to decide whether to allow or reject the plea. Authorities accuse the couple of agreeing to pay $500,000 in bribes to have their daughters pose as recruits for the University of Southern California crew team. So maybe you have heard the myth of St. Bernards carrying brandy in the Alps, you know, in their little things they have on their necks. Well, dogs on Long Island are actually delivering beer. 2 golden retrievers are delivering beers for Six Harbors Brewing Company. The brewery's owners thought, hey, why not? Let's just take our dogs along on the deliveries.
We're dealing with right now, it's 5 minutes of happiness, which I think a lot of people need.
I was very excited. First time I've ever had beer delivered by a couple of dogs. Yeah. So it makes the beer extra special.
Good combination, beer and dogs there. They're actually delivering empty cans, and then the other folks are doing the heavy lifting. That's all for us here this afternoon. Just want to remind you the governor's announcement is at 4 o'clock today, so look for it here and on our Channel 11 news apps. Have a great afternoon.
This is Channel 11 News 11 at 11.
11 at 11 starts with team coverage of this breaking story.
Accurate details.
Tonight we're talking to parents who have major concerns.
Experienced coverage.
Our crew is live in Washington.
Trusted weather source.
Just got a warning in for Westmoreland County.
All in the first 11 minutes of our newscast. Dependable coverage of breaking news.
We have been on the phone working to answer your questions.